In Nursing 102, I think that's when things got really crazy because everything, you just have more class. Like you have clinicals, theory, and lab now. And it's almost like having 3 different classes. You have paperwork that you have to do for clinicals, you have different tests that you take for lab, plus your lab skills, and then you also have your theory test. So you have to approach it as such. I think the big thing with your schedule is to keep on track. You have to look at your calendar every day. Definitely make time for each task, and when you finish one task, you're like, okay, now I have to do this, and it just makes things run smoothly.
In 102, there is an increase in the workload for sure. What I did was I dedicated a day to the library, a day to the lab, and another day where I would go and meet with friends and study.
The thing about lab skills is that if you don't pass after 2 attempts, then you have to withdraw from the course. So it's very important to practice your skills. One thing that you could do is schedule an appointment with your teacher, and they can come and watch you do your skills. They have office hours, so these are things that you can utilize just to make sure that you are doing your skills correctly and that you are more confidently and prepared to do the skill when it's time to be tested. And also the lab manager is a great resource as well. They'll definitely run through this skills with you and just double check what you're doing.
The Saturday workshops helped me succeed in the course just by reinforcing information. It was really kind of a bonus lecture, and those Saturday workshops really kind of gave you an extra time to work on math, like medical math, if that was an area that you need improvement on.
The learning outcomes are like a map to the finish line, which is the test. And it definitely led the way to being successful on tests. I definitely think that you should utilize the learning outcomes, review them, make sure that you can answer them without having to look up the answer, and just being confident in your knowledge of the learning outcomes. In Nursing 102, I did cut back on working. I did see that some students that struggled a little bit more worked a lot, like full time. If there's any way that you can cut back, I would definitely suggest it, because this is definitely a time-consuming semester.
You do want to be, pretty clear with your work schedule and know what your limits are, as far as you are a person, you need to eat, you need to sleep, and you need to have some time with your friends and your family. So those are important things. So don't kind of neglect those parts of your life.
To get most out of your clinical experience in 102, talk to the staff at your clinical site, get to know your nurses, get to know the charge nurse, become familiar with the unit and what the requirements are, ask questions, and always offer to help.
Some feelings I have when I finish my nursing course: total satisfaction. You will be so happy that you won't even think twice about eating a large pizza by yourself